All right, today's a big day. This is our first big voyage out of our little area in the new boat. We're going to Excursion Inlet to pick up a skiff. One of our subscribers and friends is Jeremy. He's going to sell us one of his skiffs, and so we're going to go pick it up today.
I'm really excited. I've actually not been out on our boat out of Juneau, so the Juneau area. I'm really excited.
Leave out of Auk Bay, come up here into Stevens Passage. Then we're going to make our way up into Signal Channel. Then when we hit Point Retreat, we will make the turn here going into Lynn Canal. We'll follow Lynn Canal until where Icy Straits meets Chatham. And we'll go around that corner there and take this all the way up into Excursion Inlet. And this is roughly about 60 nautical miles, and it should take us between 2.5 to 3 hours to get there. Jeremy just texted. He said there's a fueling dock on the way up in Excursion Inlet. I wasn't aware of that, so we're gonna bypass Juneau, which is basically right around the corner back there. We're gonna head up straight into Excursion Inlet, get some fuel, and then go pick up our skiff. We're gonna walk around and see Jeremy set up, and he's gonna show us around his place. Should be fun. Here we are. We are coming into the entrance of Excursion Inlet. I'm getting excited. Looks like we've had a mudslide there. Yeah, look at all the timber on the ground. Big mudslide. You see all the timber laying on the bottom of that? Crazy. We are slowing down. We're going to stop here and get some fuel. Then we'll go up and see Jeremy. Yeah.
Do you mind if I walk the dog out? Is that okay?
As far as I know.
Okay, somebody stop me up.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alright.
here's 2 bags.
I'll go turn the pump on, Nash, if you want to string these out, the gas line out. I already reset it. Here.
So what does the lodge do? Besides rent boats?
No, we're a fishing lodge, so we kind of rent the boats out and teach you how to fish and everything.
Do you do charters too?
No.
Oh, so you just, is there a lodge, you stay in the
Yeah.
lodge somewhere?
Yeah, it's right up
Up
there.
there?
If we did charters, then you wouldn't be able to catch two halibut a day, so
Oh,
that
gotcha.
way that's why we do it the way we do.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep.
Where are you from?
I'm from Utah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just come up here to work the summer?
Yeah. I'm up here to work the summer, so.
Is this your first time up here?
I came up here as a guest 2 years ago. So
What do you think?
I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Come up and fish and whatnot.
You get to fish on your downtime?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's
They
awesome.
let you take the boats out, or you gotta...
Yeah.
They have a few boats that are to spare for us.
Yeah.
For staff. So.
And what about you? You from here, or you?
No, I'm from Idaho, actually.
Utah and Idaho.
Yeah.
I came up with my wife, so it was good.
Oh, she's here too?
Yeah.
Working the summer?
She's right over there in the blue.
Nice. The time here, is it 3 months, 4 months that you guys work?
Oh,
We're
we
here till September.
Yeah, the earliest
13th.
you can come up to work is April, and we stay till about September 13th.
Okay.
Middle of September. Yeah.
Sounds fun. And your wife was all done home. Did you come up here? Like he came up on and fished here? How did you find out about
I
this
just had
place?
some friends that worked here. Another couple
Yeah.
told us about it. They actually met up here, got married the following year, just because they met working here. So,
Really?
yeah, they said they had a blast.
Well, what's the lodging like?
The lodging's, it's nice. I mean, you have married couples, like the staff get their own lodge, and then they have 4 other buildings or 5 that
Yeah. So you.
all the guests can come in and
Yeah, if you're a guest, there's a bunch of different lodges. You can actually get a whole cabin to yourself if you
Yeah.
want. And then if you're like a married couple that works here, you get your own room. And the singles are like 3 to 4 in a room.
So
Well-
singles are bunking it.
Oh yeah,
It's like a bunkhouse for the singles, yeah.
Yeah, not the best for me.
And so you and your wife are here.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Make some money.
Yeah.
I'm sure the pay's a little bit better. There's the missus. The pay's a little bit better than down south, right?
It's good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Not too shabby?
Not too shabby, no.
All right. Well, thanks for the fill up. I
Yeah, we
guess
got-
I'll give you a credit card or some cash. Hey, you definitely don't want to drink and then come walk this.
Oh no. Oh no.
Walking this, I'm feeling a little drunk. So we're standing here with Mark, and this is Doc Warner's.
Yeah, Mark Warner with Doc Warner's, that's us.
Mark Warner with Doc Warner. Doc Warner. And so tell us a little bit about your outfit here.
Well, we've been taking people fishing since 1981. We actually camped for 17 years, and then in 97 we bought the property here that you're looking at. Here you'll see in the video. And it's been going crazy ever since. We pioneered self-guided fishing in Alaska. We're the largest outfitter in that.
That's awesome.
And it's good.
Tell them how many Stabicrafts you have.
We're the world's largest private owner of Stabicraft in the world. I have something like 41 or 42 on site.
That's pretty cool. And so you rent all these out to individuals. That way they can catch, legally they can catch 2 fish, 2 halibut per day,
sure,
right?
Sure.
And
yeah.
so it's not a charter.
That's right.
You teach them how to drive a boat, where to go fish, and then they're just off doing their own thing.
They're on their own. We do provide a little bit of oversight. We want to make sure there's safety out on the water.
Yeah. Do they get a radio? Is there a VHF
There are
on?
VHFs on the boats, but it's just confined to basically just they get a stuck anchor or something like that.
Yeah. And you guys are within cell service, so they can call.
Everywhere except for our western areas that we fish. So.
Yeah.
But it works out real well. The people are they're abiding by the rules, and we try to maintain those rules very, very closely.
That's awesome.
Amazing outfit here. Wait till you see the rest, Brian.
Well,
It's just
yeah, you want to show us
unbelievable.
around?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
All right.
Some of the fun things here. And there was a berm here. They were blowing into the woods. And the staff, even though it was raining during dinner, would come and hang up their jackets and stuff like that to dry them out. And they would dry out from the radiator coming off the generator. So we took that and built a bigger powerhouse, and then this is the last rendition.
So this is, when you get off the water, you come here and hang all your stuff off, and it dries
It's
it's
within
ready
about
for you
30
the next
minutes.
day.
It hangs out when the doors are shut. It'll be anywhere between 90 and 110 in there.
Wow.
Go ahead and take a look. A little noise.
Oh yeah.
We provide all the radio and all that type of stuff for them.
Oh yeah. You tell them your size, and you've got it.
We got it. We try to make it so people can just pack it and carry on.
Yeah.
Bring your toiletries. We even provide the towels and soap and shampoo.
That's pretty cool. So boots as well. You give them extra tubs, some mucks or something.
Standard milking boots because they're really not hiking around too much.
Yeah.
If you're walking around, then you'll want to have the nicer boots.
But they do get waterproof boots and all bibs and everything they need is provided for them.
Keep them dry.
So what about once they catch the fish? Do y'all process fish here too?
When they come in the evenings, we mark their fish, we'll take pictures with them, take them over to the fillet table, fillet them out, skin them depending on how they want their fish prepped. We bring it up into our fish processing room, and we vacuum seal it, freeze them overnight, and then next morning we box them into styrofoam lined fish boxes.
Nice.
The nice fish boxes. I'll show you a bunch
Oh,
of them.
okay.
Big fish freezer, and it hangs out at about -20 in there all the time.
So what's the stay rate here? Like how many, is it just a couple days? Is it a week? What is your
Traditionally, our guests come in on a Sunday evening. They'll fish Monday through Friday, and they're out on Saturday morning with all their fish.
Okay.
And that's about right, because then they need a vacation from their vacation
Because they've been working. Yeah. They thought it was a vacation, then they're like, man, this is hard work.
Well, that's part of the secret sauce, I think, of Doc Warner's, is we take care of the hard stuff
Yeah.
and let them do the easy, and have all the fun. So today we're actually receiving guests on this coming Monday, so they're doing a lot of final projects, cleaning up, and that's why things are such a mess.
Is this going to be your first round, or is this just in between?
I have actually a group of researchers coming in and a group doing Eco Week, so we're going to get about a third of our capacity for the first week, and then we'll jump right up into high numbers. We run a 12-week season. We only bring people when we're sure they can catch fish.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Because I saw some charter fishermen fishing for kings in Juneau last week when it opened up. Our season did.
Uh-huh.
Now it's slow going.
Yeah, we learned a long time ago it's easy to take care of people when they're catching fish.
Yeah.
So
People are happy.
yeah, so the researchers we're bringing in the Eco Week, that's our experiment, trying to see if there's other markets we can get into. Because, you know, 12-week season's pretty small.
Yeah.
Like to use the resources a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. So y'all target mostly halibut, or do people want rockfish as well? Or?
Halibut, salmon, rockfish,
Cod?
Cod, even Pacific cod. Our guests aren't generally very picky, but they do.
So hold on, listen. Alaskans are pretty snobby, so if it's Pacific cod, they're like, well, that's kind of crab bait. But if you're coming from the lower 48, I mean, people love
it
cod
tastes like
there.
cod, I
Yeah.
know. Nothing wrong with it. Same thing with rockfish. It tastes like rockfish. You know, it's really funny. I grew up in Juneau, and even pink salmon, they're the most prolific of all salmon in Alaska. I think something like 94% of all salmon caught in Alaska are pink. So we always treat them with things like stream maggots and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it tastes like salmon. They smoke really
You
good.
can smoke them, yeah, they're
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my father-in-law, he's like, if it's a pink, he's going right back in the water.
That's how I grew up too.
Yeah.
But our guests, they you know, they enjoy just the experience being out on the water with each other and taking care
Yeah.
of them. So we teach them that, you know, a 50-pound box will hold 200 4-ounce servings. How much fish can you possibly eat?
That's a
in
lot
year?
of fish, yeah.
So we tell people, you know, take what you're going to use, but you know, don't just kill the resource. That's not the great idea.
Yeah.
But-
So I see you've got downriggers. Do y'all troll for salmon here as well? So it's
Yeah.
not, it's everything. You're marketing.
Yeah,
all-
so our species are co-located, so salmon, halibut, rockfish, cod. You can literally finish up salmon fishing, pull over to the side, drop your anchor for halibut, break out your lunch, and as soon as you crack that can of soda, your blind starts going off.
Love it.
So that's awesome. So reels are provided, gears provided, everything's provided.
Yep.
Bait and all.
Bait and all, everything. Ketchikan bills themselves as the salmon capital of the world, and they do have good salmon fishing down there, no doubt. But our catch rate here in Icy Strait's about 3 times what theirs is, because the fish have to come through that channel or they go down around the outer coast.
And go ahead, and Homer says that it's the halibut capital
Right.
of the world, but you actually catch.
Well, about 2.5 times what they do, just because of our location, how the fish have to move through the area. It's very protected. The fishing is right off the doorstep. We've literally caught 120-pound halibut right off the dock.
You're up in the inlet, but the inlet goes into Icy Strait as the main
That's right.
body of water
Yeah,
that
we're
you
right at
guys
the
are.
mouth of Excursion Inlet. So.
Yeah.
So we fish all the way out to Lemisher and basically all the way back to Coubertin, about 250 square miles of protected waters. Everything's in transition right now as we get ready for the season. You see our parts tables out and stuff like that. But in the main dining hall here, there's overflow seating upstairs. There's a pro shop in the corner where it has fishing tackle and stuff. It's not completely set up, but I can at least give you an idea of the types of things we have here. So everything from apparel, and in the back over here, of course, is all your tackle. Things you need to be successful out on the water. Now we provide hooks and weights and bait and all those types of things. And we start them out with artificial tackle on the salmon, a flasher and a hoochie, but it's really a loner tackle. We want them to return that at the end of the week.
Yeah.
And as you know, sometimes colors matter. So that's what this is here for. And I highly recommend when you get out on the water, at least take one extra setup. Because if you break one off, you'll need it.
Yeah. And like you said, colors matter sometimes.
Yeah,
so you match colors? Like flasher to hoochie?
Yeah, there's if you look up here higher on the ceiling, it talks about color depth and how it's viewed.
Oh.
And so we educate people because, you know, when you're out fishing, if you got a cloudy day and it's dark clouds, you know, the fish are going to be up shallow.
Yeah.
That has to do with the plankton. You know all that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but my dad was the director of research for sport fisheries for the state of Alaska.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Growing
No.
up. So we're big on education and big on teaching people how. And I think, like I said, that's the secret sauce. We teach people how to do all that stuff, and then they own the experience. So we talk about how the salmon work based on the cloud cover and the colors and how that works. And then there are just days when some days it's the pink hoochie that's the hit, you know, and some days it's the blue and silver, and sometimes it's the green. So it's good to have a collection of things out there. We lucked out. I wish I could say I designed it that way, but reality is it just lucked out that the prop, the engine size, and what we're doing works fine. The boats get up and move at about 30, 35 miles an hour when they need to move fast, and they troll right down, which allows us to run single engine. You don't have to worry about it, and it just goes.
What size engine do you have? Those are all 20 foot? 20
yeah,
and a
they're
half?
20 and a half foot long Stabicraft, and we're running 90 horses on them.
And they up to 35 miles an hour.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, hang on just a minute. So when our guests come in, we feed them breakfast, dinner, and they take lunch out on the water with them.
So bag lunch?
Bag lunch. They'll make it actually themselves at breakfast. We lay out everything where the salad bar is, and they'll kind of just pull together what they want.
Put some sandwiches together and
yeah.
grab an apple and go.
Yep, and because we're remote, basically it costs about $1 a pound to get anything here. So we're very careful with people, you know, take what you're going to eat, but please
don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. We serve cafeteria style. The kitchen runs behind these walls here, and there's a bakery in the back. We do all of our own baking, fresh cookies and pies and cakes and all those types of things. And guests will come through here. The table in the middle here is just for the first night people arrive, there's a little bit of a crowd because everybody shows up at dinner at the same time. Yeah. But normally it's a 2-hour block, so a little bit more serving space.
Yeah. Nice.
And then of course over here, life wouldn't be life in the bush without having your own soft serve ice cream machine.
You do. And you got Wi-Fi here?
I do.
Yeah, see? So you're not missing any of the amenities.
Yeah, a little bit later I'll show you one of our cabins, how we get our Wi-Fi.
Okay.
We have a microwave dish. We're the only private owner of a microwave dish in Southeast Alaska.
Is that right?
So this is above the dining room upstairs, the area we call Harris Hall. We have overflow dining here, of course, if we need it. Typically just gets used on Sunday nights when all the guests show up at the same time. And then we do our orientation here. It's both a PowerPoint video, a lot of interaction, hands-on activity with people. It's hard. You try to feed them with the fire hose.
Yeah.
Expect them to remember everything, and they're on the wrong time zone, and it's late at night, and you just fed them a nice pot roast meal, and so they're pretty tired.
And they're dozing off.
Yeah. So to compensate for that, in the morning on Mondays, the staff will get in the boats with them, run through the boats, teach them everything they need to know, and then send them off.
More of a hands-on.
Very hands-on.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Monday through Wednesday, after dinner, about 7 o'clock, we'll do a fish chat up here. Talk about the biology of the fish, what's working, what's not working. Everybody will kind of share their experience. And that makes it so by Wednesday, Thursday, everybody's catching more fish than they know what to do.
They're pros by then, right? These are huge. How many guests can you have here at one time?
It depends on how they come configured. We don't mix groups in rooms. We don't mix groups in the boats. So if they came perfectly configured, 4 to a boat, which doesn't really happen ever, then I think our maximum capacity is right around 100 people.
Okay.
Have 105 guest beds, 46 rooms, I think, something like that. So we'll go take a look at some of those rooms.
Yeah, let's go look at some cabins.
On the last building. So we have 3 smaller cabins. It's kind of like renting a hotel room. You get a room and a bathroom, but there's also common areas in all the buildings. So I'll take you into Fairweather over here.
let's just acknowledge that big root ball right there.
Oh yeah.
Obviously you get a little blowdown up. You get some wind out here, I'm assuming.
We do, and several years ago we had some trees die in amongst the cabins because, you know, you clear some land, put a building, and pretty soon the trees start to lean over seeking that sunlight.
Yeah.
And we had some die and had some loggers come out from Juneau, and they took one or two out, and then they said, Mark, you really ought to get rid of all these trees that are causing you problems. And so they came in the next year and logged it for us. We're going to go upstairs because I think it's pretty. So this is one of our largest facility. It's 20 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, and we just turn on a few lights. I'll let you take a shot of some of the rooms.
Oh wow, yeah, really nice.
Pretty area. It's, the husbands can tell their wives they were roughing it all week. The wives don't know.
Yeah.
But try to get a feel for it.
Yeah, you're really roughing it out here. I love the little details though, little nightstands and...
Yeah.
You've got your own laundry facility here?
Yeah, so we, like I said, we provide pretty much everything. Bring your clothes, your, you know, jacket, layers, and toothbrush, bring that.
Yeah.
And then we'll take care of the soap, shampoo, everything. We even say if you can pack in a carry-on, then you have more room for fish boxes going home. But we have free laundry.
They basically take care of all your needs here. That's amazing.
Yep. Hey, Skipper. This is the cabin with a view.
Oh,
Man, does it have a view.
oh.
You can overlook the dock and what's going on, and kind of see the fun stuff. And then here in a couple of weeks, you can see the fireweeds coming up. It'll be purple flowers everywhere.
That's amazing.
What an amazing cabin.
And so this doesn't cost any extra for this cabin. You just need to have a full party of 6.
6, yeah.
So if you come with 6 people and
Yep.
you call far enough in advance, this cabin could be yours.
That's the problem, calling far enough in advance.
Well,
We've been doing this for a long time.
So how far out is this? Is it over more than a year booked out?
Yeah. So our bookings are a little bit different. First of all, we have a very unique refund policy. If you cancel for any time, for any reason, you don't show up the day of the trip, we'll give it all back. I'll even eat the cost on the credit card fees. So you don't have any risk in that. And for that reason, our guests are very, very loyal. Our return rate's somewhere between 85 and 95%
Wow.
annually.
That's amazing.
Every other year. And if it's not a return guest, they're bringing a referral with them.
Yeah.
So they're people that are coming with other people. So our bookings, essentially, we're full this year. We do always have a few openings and movement in there, in the reservations. Next year, we're probably about 70-80% full. It just depends on the time of year. If you'd asked me back in December, I would have said, no, I'm full for next year too, but it just has people's plans change.
Yeah.
So, and I have reservations out to 2030.
Wow, crazy.
That's amazing.
This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. There used to be we didn't build this building, we actually acquired it from our neighbors when they kind of aged out. And so it had a kitchen in it. We converted the kitchen actually to a 2nd bathroom because it needed that.
Because you provide
We
food.
provide all the food. So.
Yeah.
And as far as providing food, we also can handle all sorts of dietary restrictions. They just let us know ahead of time and we can take care of that.
Okay.
But there's go ahead and take a look. There's 2 bedrooms in the back. You'll probably need to turn the light switch on. And
There's the
yep,
commode.
the original bathroom has a cast iron tub.
Oh, is that right?
Yep, and we had to haul that thing up off the beach to help our neighbors out when they built it. It was so heavy. If you're going to build a remote in Alaska, don't use a cast iron tub unless you're wood firing. Get a fiberglass one.
Oh yeah, that.
It was like 400 pounds.
Is
It was
that right?
ridiculous. Anyway.
Well, I noticed there's no TVs in the cabins.
No, we tire them out. They don't need to watch no
They
TV.
need to go to sleep, get rested up for tomorrow's adventure.
Yeah, well, Wi-Fi is restricted mainly to the main lodge, and so, but you get good service. The cell tower sits 20 miles to the south on top of that ridge over top of Juneau. And so that's where we get our signal, and for the most part, you can, not Verizon, Verizon's not your friend out here.
No, it's AT&T and T-Mobile.
AT&T is by far the best provider.
Yeah. Well, so I'm telling you, and I'm sure you get whales right out in front here.
Oh, we had one come by the
orcas.
dock, just 10 feet off the dock this morning.
You get both orcas and humpbacks coming
Yep,
through here.
Orcas, sea lions, sea otters, lots of sea otters in the area.
So no, we don't like sea otters.
I know, they eat the crab.
They eat all the crab. All right, so if somebody wants to get in contact with you to book an excursion with you, how much are the rates and what's the number or email?
Yeah, I don't have the exact numbers because I actually don't do that department. I spend the money. My sister collects it. But I can tell you it's right around $4,000 for a week. And that's going to be everything once you hit the airport in Juneau. We'll pick you up at the airport. We handle the transfer out. We do that on a big high-speed catamaran from Allen Marine, big whale-watching ship. It takes about 2 hours to get out here. And then it's all your food, housing, fish processing. You should be able to put your wallet away while you're here and not worry about it. It's just everything's included.
Okay.
Except for that artificial tackle we talked about earlier.
Yes.
I gave you some starter. And then to book with us or to find out more, get on our website at docwarners.com. That's DOCWARNERS.com. And you can't book from the website because we are a relationship business. You need to talk with us. You'll call and talk to my sister Linda. She's a sweetheart. Phone number 801-298-8060. Linda will take care of you. We're not high pressure sales with that type of cancellation policy. We don't worry about that at all. Just talk with us and we'll let you know it's real. And if you were not a good fit for us, we'd be more than happy to refer you off to somebody that might be better suited for your needs.
Anyway, so we just came here to fill up, and then my wife ran into Mark and started chatting, and Doc Warners. We'll put his website link down in the description if you want to go check them out. Anyways, a pleasure. Thank you for showing me around.
Yep.
I had a great time.
Me too. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Hi, Skipper. Where's your mama? We just literally stopped here to fill up with fuel and got the whole experience. Mark was a great guy. I mean, he's running an awesome outfit down here. If I didn't live in Alaska and I wanted to come up here and go fishing, and I wanted something different than just coming up and going charter fishing, or, you know, get your own boat to go fishing, this is the outfit. Oh my gosh. I mean, I forgot what he said, but they've got like 30 Stabicraft here. 30 little 20 and a half foot Stabicrafts. Awesome. All right, now that we got all topped off, we're gonna head to Jeremy's place, get a tour of his little area, let him talk about what he's got going on, and then we'll pick up our skiff and head back home.
You know, I was also thinking after I left Doc Warner's was, you know, if you're a young adult and you're looking to have an Alaska venture and make some money, I would contact him and see if you could get a job, because, man, what an experience. Oh my goodness, he's saying hi to us. Look at him. You should stop and go back to Eva.
There'll be another one. So right here next to us, this is the old cannery, and it actually used to be a naval base during World War II, and a lot of people don't know this, but Alaska was actually invaded by Japan in World War II, and they attacked one of the islands in the Aleutian Chain. Anyway, so this also became a POW camp where they housed German prisoners. And yeah, a lot of history in this area. Pretty cool place. Here's Jeremy, our friend we're gonna buy the skiff from.
How's it going?
He's gonna give us a tour of his place and the operations he's got going on. And then I guess in a little bit, after we chit-chat a while, we're gonna set sail back to our island. All right, so we're up here on top. The bank is steep, and it drops. I mean, when people always tell me you should build a dock, this is like prime position for a dock, because like our boat's not very far out, and it's in like 100 foot of water.
Yeah, it drops fast off of here.
It
It's
freezes
just
here.
goes
Oh,
up.
does
Can't
it
have
freeze?
anything stationary out
Yeah,
there. The ice will take it.
The Excursion River comes in, dumps all that fresh water into this upper end here, and it doesn't mix, and so it'll freeze. And
So this just gets like super saturated,
not all the time,
brackish,
but yeah, it
Gets
freezes.
a foot thick of ice here.
Yeah.
The docks you see are drug out every.
Oh, they
fall.
take them out in the
They
winter.
take them out in the winter, and even you know, I don't know. I've heard stories of all of the different anchors that get ripped out by the ice if you don't take your ball off, and
Oh.
a couple people brave it and leave them, but
That
we-
one's the only one that makes it.
we take them out.
So nobody stays here year round then?
No, Mark does.
Oh, you do?
Mark in it.
So if you don't have it, you just pull your. How do you get out here when it's froze over?
You don't.
Oh, you just.
So you hunker down for months at a
It's
time?
like 3 weeks, three weeks at the most.
Yeah.
But I break ice.
Yeah.
With that skiff.
Is it just you, or you got your wife
No,
out here?
Yeah.
Does she stand up front with the chainsaw and just?
No. She stays in the warm cabin.
Oh, there you go, smart lady. So is this an easement where everybody can park their?
So this part of the property here, we're right on the corner. There's about 100 acres. It's still privately owned, but it's been put into a conservation easement that is managed by the Southeast Alaska Land Trust in Juneau. So you know this is part of the easement. But when they did the easement in 2003. You know, the private property owner carved out like this parking area for the other residents. So, you know, to get up to our cabins, we actually go through that property. And
Oh,
so
gotcha.
anybody who has, you know, cabins up the hill, you know, they've given, you know, basically rights to get through again, it's private property, but it's also this conservation easement. It's about 100, I think 100, just over 100 acres.
Oh
There's
wow.
2 signs. There's one there and there's one over there with an orange marker.
And this is
that's
where
our
we can
parking
park.
lot,
Yeah.
all the way
Okay,
over to
so
the
it's
rear.
nice to have a big community parking lot that's
Yeah.
well established. Looked like somebody came in here with some equipment and
Yeah.
leveled it out and
Yeah.
put some rock down.
This was logging.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the
They
logging.
used to float the logs out here. Log rafts.
So
So
when you take off, you just like tie a line to your mooring and then
Yeah,
take the ball off and
yeah,
then just
exactly. That line right there is what I use to. You know,
oh
so-
bring it to shore.
Yeah, so we tie that onto the end of the anchor line. Put a little, you know, 20-pound anchor on that point to get that, because that line floats, and get it down on the bottom so that the ice can't grab it.
Gotcha.
And then you know, yeah, bring the ball and everything. And then we've only done that one winter, and then. You know, so in the winter we do that, and then the spring, you know, grab that line, get the line back up out, and put the ball back on.
So you don't live in Alaska full time?
No, yeah, I'm from Salt Lake City area, Utah. I
Utah.
grew up in southern Idaho on a farm.
A lot of guys in over at Doc Warner's from Utah.
Yeah, they're Utah based, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
The our dog's got a lot of pets with all the kids that were running. I mean, they're young adults.
yeah, I call them kids too. Yeah,
Yeah.
the 18, 19-year-olds.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
The deck
That's
hands and
what a
stuff.
great summer job, though.
Yeah, it would be so great. I've been trying to convince. I keep telling my oldest daughter, Caitlin, that she needs to come up and work for a summer. You know, it'd be fun to do.
It would be awesome.
So Utah, and then had a good friend that also worked with me who had a cabin up here, and you know, we came on just a trip, you know, in winter of 2019, and then in 2021 we came back, and there was a cabin for sale, and that's when I came home to my wife. I'm like, we should buy this cabin, and she's like, what in the world is wrong with you? You know, and I kind of went a little bit rogue and got that one, and then so that was about just over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Me
Well, cool. But
So-
then you bought 2 cabins,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, then the neighboring cabin, we found out we're kind of thinking about selling it, and it's just a lot, you know, nicer, bigger,
Yeah.
better for us if we wanted to spend like a few months up here, and for people to come visit. You know, it's got, you know, a couple bedrooms, and so
Yeah.
so we ended up buying that last August. So now we have 2 cabins. Between the 2 cabins plus what I've brought in, I had 31 engines, motors, you know, chainsaws, weed whackers,
Yeah,
you know,
it's a lot of maintenance.
gas powered pressure washers,
Yeah.
you know, mini excavator, boats, etc. And so good that you guys have, you know, a need for a skiff, because that's one less. You'll be able to use it, and that's one less motor for me to have
Yeah,
to worry
perfect.
about. You know, so.
He's gonna take us up and show us around his place.
Yeah, sounds good.
So this is the boat in question right here.
It's already sold. I brought money. You call it Dana?
Dinah
Dinah.
the Duraboat.
Dinah the Duraboat, made in Seattle, Washington. Look at there.
I think one of the things I've learned about Alaska, I call it Alaska law. So it's like Murphy's Law. You know, Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah.
Alaska law is what can go wrong will go wrong, but it's going to happen 10 times more frequently than Murphy's Law. And when it does happen, the consequences are 10 times as severe.
Yes.
Man, that is our new saying for
So,
sure. I know.
You got bugs all
It's
over
Alaska law.
Alaska law.
Alaska
I love
law.
it.
So that's the same thing with us. Like if we're gonna turn our four-wheeler off, we park it high enough up that we know we can go get our tractor or the Jeep to come pull it out, because you can't pull. I mean, it's hard to push a four-wheeler up a hill on rocky surface. It's almost impossible. So
Well, the first time I pulled the boat out, with Alaska law, you need plan A, B, and C at least.
Yeah.
So plan A was Tatiana the tool cat. Plan B, I also had my mini excavator sitting down here ready to go. And then plan C, in case both of those got stuck, is my neighbor Steve was ready with his tractor to go.
That's
I said, Steve, I might come running.
Yeah.
And then me and my dad were here. And look, plan A worked that time, right up and out.
That's
you know?
perfect.
But when you've got this kind of stuff below, you know, where the ocean could come and take it, it's high consequence. So.
Yeah.
man, that is a there's your bus stop. Man, we just made it up to Jeremy's place. He's got a stream that's just rushing right below. I don't know if you can hear it, but we'll go down a little closer. Man, I'd love to fall asleep to that every night.
It's your own white noise machine.
Oh, dude, that.
Well, did you see it on your side?
I didn't. I was actually, I don't know what I was doing. We were chatting. But
So this is second cabin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the first cabin's a little further up.
Yeah.
But this is the cabin. You know, we got to know the neighbors, and they were kind of getting ready to not have to. It's, you know, the guy we bought it from told me that his grandpa always told him that when you have something, you own something, cabin, tool cat, whatever, you're a steward of that thing. And at the time that you can't take care of it anymore, it's time to have someone else take the stewardship. You know, so they were in their mid to late 60s, and you know, you've got a cabin, and to get up on the rain gutters, you're climbing 20 feet in the air, and you've got to get out here, and every time you come, something has fallen off or broken, or the animals tried to eat something. And so they started talking about that, and that's when we were like, we already have a cabin, but this one is like quite a bit bigger for having family and friends come visit and stuff.
So which
really
cabin do you
nice.
prefer?
I like the first cabin.
Do you?
Yeah.
So
My
this
wife,
Your wife likes this
and
one?
we joked that we now like have his and hers cabins,
That is
That's
so
perfect.
cute.
quarter-mile apart. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.
That is so cute.
That's what we need.
It's in her cabin. So what? To fall asleep out here would be so wonderful.
I mean, I fall asleep in the summertime. I fall asleep listening to sea lions on a buoy, just going roar, roar all night. So
it's a built-in white noise machine
that is awesome.
That is. Wow, this is just nice to have.
from Utah.
Man, look at the beam up there, though.
So the cabin itself is like an engineered building that they got out of Seattle. So you know you can see, you know, there were panels, you know, that they assembled. So you know, it's like a structural insulation all in these big panels.
So it's like a cabin in a kit type
cabin
deal?
kit. Yep, they
Yeah.
brought it up from
That's
Seattle and
really
then
great.
built it.
I'm loving the skylights though there.
But it needs some work.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
This is nice.
it doesn't. I think the little thing is gone.
Oh, That's great.
I had to plan the downstream logistics because otherwise you load it too heavy and your equipment can't get it off the beach, and now you have to unpack everything. And you know, I spent all that time. I put 7 layers of the thickest shrink wrap I could buy because they had to be waterproof, right? Because once they hit Juneau, they're in the elements until I get them to
Yeah.
cabin.
So, and he just said the word that I was, when he was talking, logistics. It's all about logistics.
Yeah.
Moving stuff from point A to point B, because when you live out here, it's
Yeah,
like, it's
really hard.
Almost the most challenging place to move something is to somewhere remote like this.
Well, and more, even maybe, I would say maybe more here than a lot of places, because Juneau is an island, right? Like nothing gets to Juneau that doesn't come on a plane
On
or
a
a boat.
barge, yeah.
So that's a complexity. But I joke with people that I'm going to start writing the idiot's guide to
Yeah.
logistics from Salt Lake City, Utah, to Excursion Inlet, Alaska.
Yeah.
Because I know that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else in Alaska. I don't know what to tell you, or anything else from not Salt Lake City. I don't know what to tell you. But I've gotten stuff here probably 19 different ways, and they're all for different things. You know, like you think about inflatable life vests, right? Like how do you get those up here? You can't ship them. You know, they're not supposed to go on an airplane.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You know, and you can, you know, and I had a very particular model I wanted, right?
Yeah.
I wanted the Mustang ones, and I couldn't get them I couldn't source them in Juneau. So I just planned advance, and last year they got put in my pallets in Utah, and they came up that way because I could get exactly what I wanted, and I wasn't breaking any rules with putting, you know, CO2 canisters on airplanes, you know.
Yeah.
But the logistics is so hard.
The hardest part of doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
That is definitely a gorgeous view up there.
Yeah.
Stream down below, mountains up top. Man, it don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
The signing of it, she was just crying, and I felt
All right, so we saw cabin number 1. Now we're going to go up to see the original cabin that they you basically use that cabin.
Yeah,
all the time.
that's the one we've had for the longest, and that's the one we use. This cabin is in the midst of, you know, getting ready to go.
Getting renovated for friends and family.
Yeah.
So we're going to go check out their cabin now.
Yeah.
Well, we know there's bear here. Listen, it wouldn't be Southeast Alaska unless you had a buoy swing. I mean, it won't be. You gotta have a buoy swing.
You can see, that's what I've been working on the last few days, is those panels. That's not their permanent home. I don't know where it will be. I have a few existing panels that are on the other side of the cabin that I've been using the last 2 years. These
Sorry,
are
I
Goal
got
Zero
distracted
things.
by I think it's a woodpecker.
No, it's not the woodpecker. It is the oh, my dad
It's a
always says this.
sapsucker.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sapsucker.
Yellow-belly sapsucker, that's a
That's
woodpecker.
right.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got, you know, all of my cardboard to burn. And then this was my new project
Ooh,
here.
what is
so
that?
So what we've been using
Whoa.
until a couple weeks ago is this Goal Zero is like, you know, battery inverter brain, and then there are some 12-volt batteries in there, and then I have these small Goal Zero panels over on the other side of the cabin that charges that, and then
And Starlink.
yeah, Starlink, and then this is the upgrade, which, you know, I got these from a company in Las Vegas called Current Connected. And so these are all lithium iron phosphate batteries, and
Wow.
so this is about 20 kilowatt hours of batteries.
Holy smokes.
And you know, my strategy with solar has been, like, Southeast Alaska is not a great place for solar.
No.
It's, you know, it's too cloudy, too rainy, sun gets low, you know, for big chunks of the spring and fall, and especially winter. So the key is you need a big enough array that when it does have some sun, you can suck up a lot of power. So you need bigger arrays than you would need, and then but really, even on cloudy days, you know. So this thing right now is still making almost 100 watts, even though it's super cloudy. So then you just need really big batteries, because then
store all
you
your
can store it.
energy.
Like you get a sunny day and it'll suck up a ton of power. So even with the little Goal Zero system, I haven't run a generator. You know, I was here in April twice, and then have been here for almost a month. And you know, I only have small panels, but they trickle enough that it's keeping me running. I don't leave the Starlink on. I have to shut stuff on and off. But But yeah, this is all new setup. I worked with these guys, Current Connected. They're super great. Such a good company, and their CTO talked me through all of my schemes and my schematics and plans, and I haven't got it wired into the cabin yet, but it's getting charged. That was a big milestone from 2 days ago.
Getting them charged up.
This thing.
What is that?
It's called the Reed Pump Stick. And you can buy an attachment plate. So I bought a converter plate so my DeWalt batteries fit on here.
Oh, really? Yeah?
And not
like
even
18 volt, just...
Yep, just like one of those just sitting on the ground back there. Like
yeah.
And those are the big ones. Even any DeWalt battery. And then we take that down to the stream, put it in the stream. It's got a little hose on it. And that 125-gallon tank back there, this thing fills it up in about 12 minutes.
Wow.
And it doesn't even, the DeWalt battery doesn't even go down. Like,
that's crazy.
And so like, yeah, and it has various, you can put different filters on it, different grain. You know, I don't have a super fine filter, but, and then I just let it drain and kind of dry. Great. And like of everything I have in Alaska, this is one of my favorite things. So
that's awesome.
The Reed Pump Stick. And I've been using it for 2 years. It's never had a problem.
Oh,
it's pretty solid. So that's one.
That's
you need
awesome.
to move water. If you need to move any water, that's the one to get.
I really like this. It just feels like home.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. We put in flooring, and you know that wall we did.
Did this come with it, or did you
Yeah,
guys bring that?
no.
Really?
The story I heard on that stove is like it came from like Texas or something.
That is amazing.
And so we didn't need the cook stove, so we kind of have used it as just like a cabinet.
But it's.
You can see my piles of stickies and note cards because of all my and all my electrical manuals and then yeah. So we did new doors and windows and all the trim.
Just the saum, just a rough
that was all. That's how they built it.
That's awesome.
And I think
like
all
home.
this lumber came from Juneau. There's a sawmill over
that
there.
icy straits.
Yeah, icy straight lumber. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
wow, that's really awesome.
I don't know. It just feels really good.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna lie. Okay, all right. So let me give you the verdict. I like the location, even though it's a little higher and you got the view. I don't know, but I love that sound of the lower location. But the cabin itself, this takes the cake. This is awesome.
I love, I mean, and the guy we bought it from, like all of the cast iron hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
And the rough, you can see it's hung there so long that there's sun marks, from
propane lights in here. You're putting in some recessed lights.
We're trying to put in, a little modernization,
Keep that as a throwback to the past. And
what it is like when my wife, she loves it like just lit up, light. And I've got candles, and like if I'm here late in the year, November, I like it dark. I light a candle on the table, and it's super dark.
I like everything dark.
But Amy likes it light, so now we'll have kind of two systems, like propane lights and candles for me. And
that's great.
But yeah.
And
now were the pictures here?
Yeah, the pictures were here. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
My mom hasn't been here, but my dad has come a few times, and it's been so great to have him here. And he says it's the greatest place he's ever been in his life.
That's so nice.
He's a farmer and teacher from Idaho, and these are from XIP, is the Excursion Inlet cannery.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So they would package them for export, the salmon stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Really cool.
I got a few extra
See?
ones.
Oh, and is this the other painting that you're?
Yeah.
Hey, Sugar.
Yes.
This was already open. I'm not nosing through your stuff. But look, see how easy that is?
I know. I
don't think you need to make.
No, I love this.
And
I
it's just
love
all
it.
rustic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I
now,
love
we
it.
have everything. The boat has them.
Awesome.
I can't figure out how to put them on one of the 4-wheelers. I'm like, there's nowhere to hang my fuzzy dice. What am I gonna do?
That's great.
But then, and then the moose. So that moose has a crazy story too. So my grandpa, the same grandpa that painted, my grandpa Hanks, it's a small moose. I mean, especially the moose has a little bit of a complex because Alaska moose are monsters, and this is an Idaho moose.
Oh, okay.
And it was a juvenile Idaho moose. But the little tag on it was shot in 1948
Wow.
in Alaska. Or sorry,
In
Idaho by my grandpa, and then he was a kind of amateur taxidermist.
Wow,
and so
and he did
did
that.
the work. And then I took it to college, to
Did you
Utah,
really?
and I've had it ever since. And then we had it at my company. We would hang it on the wall at
Oh
my company.
my goodness, that is so.
And then
What a
we
great
sold the company.
story.
And I'm like, no way, you
The
didn't.
moose is coming with me.
Yeah.
5 times as much money, maybe I'll let you take the moose, But and so we shipped it up to Alaska, and so it's gonna. I named it Moses. It's gonna live out his days there in Alaska.
That is awesome.
He's been around.
And then we put
That's
in this too, the tongue
tongue
groove.
groove.
Yeah, it was just kind of plywood, but the rest of the we've kind of left every. There wasn't a bathroom door, so we put a door and new doors, and one of the doors wouldn't open, but this cabin was pretty set up, and. Yeah, the rustic wood.
I love it.
Wood
Yeah,
box.
little wood
We brought
box.
the
That's
we brought
awesome.
the furniture, the couch, and the table and chairs.
It just has so much character.
Just IKEA stuff,
So what's his
This
name,
folds
Mark?
out. Yeah, Mark.
Do you and Mark ever trade VHF or DVDs?
No.
No?
No.
We used to have
We used to always trade with our
Oh,
neighbors. Be
nice.
like, hey,
Hey, what you
I
got up in
I
here?
don't even think they. I don't know if they even have a player right there.
Yeah.
she'd be like, have you seen the Commander-in-Chief? And I'm like, no, you need to watch this. It's a bed warmer, but it
I
doesn't.
don't know what it is. That was hanging on the wall when we bought
Doesn't
it.
that
and I just,
pop corn?
Is it a corn popper?
I think it is, isn't it? I'm
I
pretty
don't know.
sure.
I thought it was a bed warmer until I got closer and saw that it was perforated, so
Somebody will know, but I'm pretty sure it's popcorn. No.
I
maybe.
don't know. It's been on the wall since we bought it, and I just left it because I think it looks.
Look at
cool.
that. That's a stove that's been put to use.
It's right out the door.
And when was this taken?
Thursday.
Just
Look at
yesterday. No,
No,
2
2
days
days ago.
Yeah.
But he kind of.
But that's a black bear, so you got black and brown?
Yeah. He did a little thing where he kind of ran away because I was talking at it, and I'm kind of like, hey man, like,
Yeah. Hey, bear.
like, why don't you get out of here? But then it was like, actually,
I don't have to leave.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave. Maybe this is the one where he might leave. I put this in here. You should take a picture for your B-roll for that. and all the you should see like all of the. He was a bachelor. So look we got Jägermeister. So we got Heineken. So I was
Pull it off so we can expose what's under the.
just the lid. Come on.
Oh, just the lid. There. Oh,
There you
there's
go.
the TP. Well, thanks for letting us walk through your cabin life and your little piece of heaven here in Excursion Inlet. Because we've had a great time.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys could come up, and it's been good.
Really
If you don't
nice
mind,
meeting
maybe we'll come up with some other time.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't
when
mind.
we get the hot tub running, for
you. There
sure.
you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, and I tell my wife, like, we have 2 cabins now, which is kind of crazy, but if we could somehow get a third, we could actually then kind of call it the Empire.
Yeah, there you go.
That's great. I love it.
That'd be perfect. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you guys came up.
There were some deer on the trail, but we just missed them. Well,
Well, money has exchanged hands and we're about ready to put this guy in the water. And then we are going to tow her back to our island. It's always cool to see how other people do things. All right, well, here's the boat, got it in tow. We're gonna take it slow, a little bit faster than this, but we're gonna take it slow till we get it home. All right, so there you go. We got it all in place. That was fun though. Man, what a trip. What meeting Doc Warner and then Jeremy, what a great trip we had. So thank you all to all that welcomed Jeremy for welcoming us into his home and for Mark Warner to showing us around. We had a great time. All right, well, listen, you guys live free. We'll see you next week.